Hi everyone, and welcome to the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy. My name is Mehmet, and the name of today's lesson is Etymology, Connecting Languages. Growing up in my house, naturally we spoke three languages. The main one, me living in England and going to school in England, I spoke English. And at home, because my parents are Cypriot, we spoke Turkish and Greek. So once I got into the studies of syncretism, knowing three languages really helped me with etymology and finding out the root of words and showing how words from different languages connect. And what I've done today is I've done a whiteboard with 6 different words, and I'm gonna just make the connections between the English words and words in different languages, mainly using Turkish words, Greek words, some Welsh words, and also going to add a bit of Spanish in there. So what I'm basically doing is just building upon what Brother Santos has done with his work on all his atum and how all words come from the word atum and tor and ball. So yeah, I'm not going to go too much into like the history of etymology and stuff like that, but ultimately etymology is just finding the root meaning of all words and showing how words connect in different languages. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my board forward now, and we're going to go through 6 words, and yeah, we're going to break it down, and I'm going to show you all the connections. So the first word I'm going to concentrate is on the word of Aries. In Turkish, the word for Aries is koç. And as we know, in medical astrology, Aries rules the head. But also, looking at the word koç, which is the Turkish word for Aries, it sounds similar and is the same word as a coach. And obviously, a coach is the head of a team. So you can see how the word coach relates to Aries, and it's the same word for Aries in Turkish. But this word koç, which is the word for Aries in Turkish also is the word for a coach as well. So you can see there how the Turkish word for Aries relates to the word of coach and Aries and the head. So this is the type of syncretisms that I enjoy doing because I know different languages and can make the connections. It's very fun. And we're just going to be doing this like with different words. So the next word I'm moving to is Taurus, the sign of Taurus. And we know that the sign of Taurus rules at the throat in medical astrology. Well, the word for Taurus in Turkish is boğa. But the word for throat in Turkish is the same word, but just with a Z on the end of it, boğaz. So again, in Turkish, the word for throat and the word for ball is identical, minus the Z basically. And also, this connects with the pillar of Freemasonry, Boaz. And we know that the pillar of Boaz in Freemasonry is the pillar of the moon. And this is another syncretism because we know that the moon exalts in the sign of Taurus. So you can see there all the connections between Boaz, the pillar in Freemasonry, Boaz, the word for throat in Turkish, and boğa, the word for Taurus in Turkish. So again, once you know different languages and know the meanings, you can see how all the words, they might be different, but they all connect. And also, ironically as well, Taurus being the second sign, all the words start with T and B. And as we saw in my last video of gematria, the letter T has the numerical value of 20, which is the digital root of 2, and B is also number 2. So again, you can see the connection there, even in the numerology. So moving on, we're going to move to the word red. In Welsh, the word for red is koch. And then the word for red in Greek is kokino or kochino. So again, you can see the COC or the KOC is phonetically the same, kok, kochino. But also in Turkish, the word for a root or the root is kök. And we know that the root chakra in our chakra system is the red chakra. So from root, we get the word rot, which you get words like Rothschild, which means the red shield. And then obviously from the ROT words, you get words like rotation, and backwards is tour, like when you're touring something. And so that connects to like a Taurus field. And also rotation is almost the similar word to radiation, because rotation and radiation corresponds with redshift energy in the Taurus field. So moving on as well, the bird, the cock, like a chicken, in Turkish is called a horoz. And anything with ROS or ROZ, we know relates to red as well, like a rose, rust, Russia. So again, even the word for cock in Turkish, horoz, you can see the red element in it from the ROZ in the word. But looking at that word backwards, the Turkish word for cock, horoz, you see zorro, which means fox in Spanish. And we know the color of foxes are red. So again, you can see that there's so many connections between words in different languages, which all have a similar vibe or a similar root meaning. So moving on from that now, I'm going to go to the word blue. And in Turkish, the word for blue is mavi. And as we can see in that word, we have AVI. And we know that I and E are interchangeable. So we get the word Ave, as in like Ave Maria. And then you get the word Eve. And obviously Eve connects with blue because Eve is water, maritime, mother. Yeah, even if you change this mavi, even if you put, sorry, there's a light there, you can't see it. If you change this I to an A, which A and I are interchangeable, you would get mother. So you would get the mother, the feminine principle. So yeah, also from Eve, you get words like Venus and Eva as well. It's a famous woman, Eva Hart, who survived the Titanic, who's actually lived in this area. But yeah, from Eva, you get the word Hava, which is the word for Eve in Turkish and the Islamic faith, and also in the Hebrew and the Jewish faith. So, and then obviously from Hava, you get the word Hathor. And Hathor in ancient Egyptian mythology was the bull god. And obviously bull is the same word as blue. And obviously Venus rules the sign of Taurus, which is the bull. But also you get words like evening, which correlates with the evening star, and the sun setting, which is more related to the Libra energy, but it's still relating to Eve and blue shift. And also the Greek word bolla means a lot. And for those who have watched Brother Santos's videos on all his atom and etymology, he talks about the hyperbole means hyperthrusting. Well, the word bolla in Greek means a lot. And also this connects with blue shift energy, because blue shift energy has a higher frequency than red shift energy. So there's a lot more going on. So moving to my next word, which is yellow. And this, I'm going to make connections in the Welsh and Greek language. So the word for yellow in Welsh is melyn. And the word for honey in Welsh is mel. And also, we know that honey is the color of yellow. But in Greek, the word for honey is also meli. So again, you can see the connection of all the words meaning the same things. And finally, the last word I'm going to go through is the word goat, which in Welsh is gaffer or Gafr. So we know in astrology, the goat corresponds with Saturn, who rules in the sign of Capricorn. And Saturn is the boss or the lord, or he's father time, he's the head. But then when you get the English word for boss, you get gaffer, which is the same word for goat in Welsh, which is gaffer. So again, you can see the connection between the words. But yeah, and also the word in Turkish for head is kafa. So again, you can see G and K are interchangeable. So gaffer means boss, but the word for head in Turkish is kafa. And again, for those that know about interchangeables, F and P are interchangeable because obviously with P you get words like, it's more PH if I'm being precise. You get words like phone and phi. So if you change the kappa, the F to P's, you get the word kappa, which is the 10th word in the Greek alphabet. And obviously we know Capricorn is the 10th sign in the zodiac. So that is an amazing syncretism that the 10th letter in the Greek alphabet is Kappa and the 10th sign is Capricorn. And also the word kapak in Turkish means a lid. And again, we know a lid goes on top of things, on the head of things. So yeah, so this corresponds with Capricorn, capitalism, which is about death, again, which rules with Saturn, which connects with Saturn, which is about death. And then you get words like decapitate, which is about cutting your head off. So yeah, that was lesson 1 of etymology and connecting the languages. I hope you guys found that interesting and I made everything clear. I really look forward to doing part 2 and sharing that with you guys. If you guys have any questions for me or I've not made anything clear, please feel free to inbox me on the Virtual Academy and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Peace, love and blessings. I'm out.